new journal and guide. Subscribe today.
We're always making choices in crime policy. One is whether or not you're going to support rhetorical sound bites and slogans that have resulted in mandatory minimums and 3 strikes and you're out, crime more juveniles as adults and all that stuff that have been studied, don't do anything about crime, but have put us in a situation where we lock up a higher portion of our population than any country on earth by far. But if you put a portion of that money into prevention, early intervention, education, young people wouldn't get in trouble to begin with. And the numbers on that, because you're in a position to actually create the numbers. If you look at what the Pew Research Center says is the maximum incarceration rate at which you get any benefit from locking people up, which is 500 per 100,000. Over that, you're just wasting money. It's even counterproductive. And look and notice that some states lock up African Americans at the rate of 4,000 per 100,000. And just look at the amount of money that's wasted in counterproductive incarceration and ask people why you voted for slogans and sound bites that put us in a situation where if you take that counterproductive money and spend it on 1/3 of the children that are at risk, the number is about $10,000 per child every year wasted in keeping the cradle to prison pipeline alive and well, when you could have created, with a lot less than that, a cradle to college, a cradle to the workforce pipeline. Now, you're in a position to put those numbers together because you know what's being wasted on counterproductive incarceration and other social pathology that would be cured if you invested in young people, getting them on the right track, and keeping them on the right track. But we need to make sure that you're using the positions you've got to make sure that you are making policy that makes sense.
Can I just piggyback on what the congressman said? Because if you look at these jails now, prisons, they're now being traded publicly. In order to trade publicly, you've got to continue to feed the population. And what he said is absolutely true. You have to be vigilant. I guess that's my soapbox, because it's a very frightening thing. We can take that unproductive incarceration and turn it around, just like the congressman said. But if you look, some other people are looking at those same numbers. And in order to satisfy those shareholders, you have to have people incarcerated. So I would say be vigilant. That's one of my personal things. It just is frightening.
This production has been brought to you by Image Entertainment.